Okay, so in this video, I will show how to um, upload an image using React and FastAPI. So let's start by creating a new React app, and then in the meantime, let's let's go over to 2 and let's make a backend server folder, and then let's go into that. Let's create a Python virtual environment. So we'll make that and we'll call it virtual environment VM. Let's check on the first one, it's still making. Okay, if we ls, we'll see the virtual environments there. We could type in source VM scripts dash activate if you're on Windows, and it should activate it. Then you could do pip list, and you'll see that you basically have nothing in there. So let's pip install FastAPI. Check on the other one. Still building. And that's going to install FastAPI and UVcorn to work as the server. Okay, so it finished building. So let's cd into our app and then start up a local server. Okay, starting. And then the Python thing is ready too. So let's type this to make a new main.py file, and then let's open up a code editor. Oops. Okay, here we are. This is our Python. Um, and then this is our React app that's running. If we look at the thing, it's finished building. Um, it's actually let's go to the second one. I'm gonna go into my app and then I'm gonna open it in a code editor too. There. And then let us go back into the backend folder. Then we could leave it like that. So let's test if it works. Let's just change um, this part. Let's delete all that. Let's do an h1 tag. Oh, and call it photo app. And then let's check. It should change. All right. And then for uploading photos, we're gonna need a form. So let's type in form, and then we'll do field set, and we'll have our input tag in here. Oop, oop. What did I do? Okay, and then inside our input tag, we'll do name equals image. We need to set its type as a file. Um, we're not gonna add a on change handler yet. We'll do accept, and then we'll do .jpegs, .pngs, and .jpegs. Okay, let's save that, and then let's go look back at our app. If we scroll down, if we click that, it will open up our local files, so we can upload an image. If I click this flower one, it should say flower.png. Oops. And then let's make a button, so we'll have it a button that can upload the image. We'll call it upload. And then here we could do on. Actually, we don't have to do that yet. Let's do that. Okay, so now we have to write some functions to actually send our image to our backend server. So we'll have a file change handler. So we'll up here, let's import React state. I think I have a oops, React snippets. So we're gonna use state. We're gonna make a state called selected file. We're gonna set that to, or we're gonna have a set selected file. We're gonna set that to null, and we're also gonna have, actually we don't need that yet. So this will manage our file state, and then we need a something that will update our file state as we change the file. So we'll make a function called file change handler, and then we'll set it to the event. We'll just set selected file to the event target dot files, and then 0 index. And then let's console.log this selected, or actually console.log this part, right? But then we need to call this this function. So on our input tag, we can do on change. So basically, whenever this input field changes, we can call this function called file change handler. So whenever this field changes, this will run and update the state of our file. So let's try this out. Let's go back to our React app. Let's open DevTools and open up our console. Let's try uploading my flower JPEG, and then you'll see that it prints out the file. So that is what is currently in our file state right now. Okay, so next we need to have we need to send it out. Now that we have it in our state, we need to send it to whatever web app we're gonna build. In this case, we're just gonna send it to our backend server and display it to show that it arrived back there. So we need to have another function where we'll handle the submit. So whenever we click the button, it will send the image over through a post request. So we'll do const form data, and then we'll set it to a new form data, which is a I guess type of, it's an object to send over files. But basically with this we can call it, and then we can append whatever we want to it. So in this case we'll append, and then if we hover over the append, it'll show you what the format of the append should be. So we should have a name that's a string, and a value that's a string or a blob, and then the file name. Um, it's optional, but in this case we will do it. So we have the name, and then the value will be the selected file, and then the file name would be selected file.name. Let's save that, and then now that we have our form data, let's set up some configurations for our request. So we'll do request.options equals, and then the method we'll set as post, and then the body of the data we want it to be the form data we just created. And then after that we could just have a simple fetch function, and then within the fetch function we can do our, well, we haven't created it yet, but we'll just do our server. We'll just have this as a placeholder, server endpoint, and then we can comma, and then we'll pass in the request options, and then we'll have a dot then. We'll catch the response from our backend server, and then we'll turn it into some JSON by doing response.json. And then we'll do another dot then. We'll take, actually we could just do this. We could do, oh, we can actually throw it into the same dot then statement. Dot then. And then in here we could do that. We could do console dot log, and we can log the response. Oop. We can just console log the response.json. That is not working. Let's read through this again. Console log.json dot function. Let's do response. And we'll do console.log response. Okay, well, it likes that. So we'll leave it at that. So let's actually add this now to our button. So whenever we click the button, it will run this function. So in button, we will add on click, and then we'll type in the function we want it to execute, which is handle submit, I think. I spelt it wrong up here. All right, let's go back to our React app. Let's clear that, and then if we click upload, something should happen. Oh, let's retry that. Let's add back the flower. Click upload. Let's go to network. Let's try it again. Upload. Well, nothing's working. So, well, nothing should happen because it's basically sending it to nowhere. So let's set up the Python FastAPI backend. So other than I guess FastAPI, for this example, we'll also need to do pip install pillow with a capital P to handle the image data coming in and display it. So after that's installed, we can go to the FastAPI documentation, and where is it? Let's do first steps. Let's copy this example. Let's paste it in. And then we could type in uvcorn main semicolon app dash dash reload to start our server. And it should be running on port 8000. So let's open that up. And then you'll get hello world. And then we need to also add some middleware for cores. So we can go to, I'm gonna just search it up, cores. And if you want to read more into it, they have some links and such. But basically, we want to import this, and then we can copy and paste that and this. All right, and change this to port 3000 because that's where our front end server is running at, and we don't really need these. And then I guess let's start with handling the the photo. So we could type in a new app.post handler at the, we'll call it the upload. We'll call it, yeah. So at that endpoint, we'll set it as, and then let's type up a function to deal with the photo. I can't type async def, and then we'll call it receive file, and then the file name was file that we call, right? And here we appended file, so we'll take in that as an argument, and then this is a FastAPI, I guess, feature where you can set the type to bytes and what that will do, and then do that. That's a file type. Oops. Oh, we gotta import it. Let's go up here. Where am I? All right. So what this will do, it will take in the incoming file and automatically decode it for us into a byte string, which is pretty useful. And then inside, let's just print out file to show what the byte string looks like. So now that we have our backend server running, let's copy and paste this, and then let's go to our React app. Let's throw that in, and we want it to post at upload, right? So we'll add that in. Okay, and then if we go to our React app, we'll go to network, and then we'll click that out. We'll go down, we'll select the photo, hit upload. Well, let's see in our backend. Oops. Yeah. So as you can see, this is the image just in a string of bytes. So in order to view our image, we need to use Pillow that we installed already. So we'll do from PIL import image, and then we'll also do import IO. And what we can do is we can make a variable called image, and then do image dot open, and then IO has a function called, or a method called bytes IO. So it will convert our byte string into something that can be recognized as an image to show instead of a string. So I'm guessing like an array of integers. And then we could type in image.show, and then also do a little return statement, and then just type in upload status, and then we'll call it complete. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, so if we go back to our React app, get out of here, we upload a photo, and click upload. We will get an image that pops up. But this thing is not, printing the response is not working. So let us go back into here and check out what's happening. Response JSON dot then function response console log response. We don't need that. Let's try that again. See if something happens. We'll refresh. Nope, nothing. Okay, whatever. So that's basically the photo app. You can keep uploading it, or there's no file there. But if we add the ocean, let's say, upload, it'll pop up. But let's say you want to send over a photo with some text, such as what the photo is, or maybe some ID that's associated with the photo. So there's actually a way where we can do that as well with FastAPI, where we'll start in the front end React app. We can actually go here, and we can append another thing to the form data. We can do form data.append, and we can do the same thing. We can set the name, so we'll call it username maybe, and then we can pass in an input value. And then for this, we can just have another input down here. Oop, input, and have an on change. Oop. Have an on change, and then on the event, we could just set it to set input e.target.value. And then up here, we'd have to make another state. We'll call it input set input equals to use state, and then we'll have it as, I guess, nothing at first. And then over here, yeah, so whenever we type something in this field, it'll set input as whatever it is in that field, and then it'll be whenever we click submit or upload in this case, it'll take whatever the current value is in the state, append that to the form. So if we go back to our Python code, we'll actually have to make some changes. So let's actually copy this and paste it, and then we'll we'll call it upload to, or actually 2, and then we'll call this function receive to. So this would stay the same, but for our text that is coming in, we should do message, or actually what do we call it? Yeah, we called it message. Message, string, and then we need to do form, because it's a form. Actually, let's try out just string and see what happens. String. Oh, we know we need to create a string from something. So we'll call it a string from the form, but we need to also import form. Okay, and then we can do, we'll just do print message, I guess. And then that should be set, but we do have to change our endpoint to our new one. Call it upload to. So if we go back to our React app, we will see that there's an input field. So let's choose an image. We already know it's going to be a flower. So we'll put username, we'll call it flower person 123. And then if we hit upload, we'll go to our backend, or let's drop this down. It says unprocessable entity. Okay, well, something wrong. Dun, dun. Receive to, upload to, print message, file. Dun, dun, dun. Input. Set e target value. Form data dot append. Form data dot append. Oh, it's because I called it username, not message. So let's change this to username. And then we'll change this to print username. Alright. And then if we go back to our React app, we'll redo that. We'll call, let's do something different. Let's do the moon. And then we'll call the username moon person 333. If we hit upload, let's check it out. Did I hit upload? There, I hit upload there. Well, ignore that. But the image was fairly large, so that's why. But you could see that it printed out moon person 333 and also sent the image through. So, I guess that's just the basics of images and forms in FastAPI using React.